En el pueblo combativo.
Zapata está vivo.
En el pueblo combativo.
¡Muera el plan de Colombia!
¡Fuera!
¡Muera el plan de Colombia! ¡Muera el plan de Colombia! ¡Muera el plan de Colombia! ¡Zapata presente!
En el pueblo combatiente.
¡Zapata presente!
En el pueblo combatiente.
Welcome to the commemoration of Zapata. My name is Itzel Argueta. We are here to remember a man who gave his life fighting for the poor ones. I will say a poem of Emiliano Zapata. Zapata is special. Zapata is my hero because he helped, because he fought so every one of us could have a better life and more respect. Zapata had a son that was called Nicholas. Zapata fought in the Mexican Revolution. In this day, you could learn a lot about Zapata. Zapata lives in our beautiful, kind hearts. Thank you for hearing this poem. And if you learn about something about Zapata, I am very happy.
General Emiliano Zapata led an indigenous peasant army from the southern Mexican state of Morelos during the Mexican Revolution. The Zapatista army, as it was known, asked for land reform, marching under the banner of land and liberty. Mainstream political leaders of the time considered this indigenous leader an outsider. Many went as far as to call him a radical and a criminal. On the other hand, Zapata saw politicians as false prophets who, once elected, only served themselves. In 1911, Zapata introduced the Plan de Ayala, advocating land redistribution in Mexico. The plan stipulated the return of stolen lands to indigenous people, their rightful owners. It sanctioned land distribution to the landless by expropriation of 1/3 of the lands of each hacienda. And the plan went to further state that those refusing to cooperate would have their land seized without prior indemnification.
Today is a very important day, celebrating Zapata vive, la lucha sigue. La razón que estamos aquí también es porque Zapata es muy importante para la liberación de la comunidad chicana, mexicana, aquí en los Estados Unidos, en el norte de ocupado México. In 1848, the United States waged war against Mexico and took over half of its land. And with it came the racism and discrimination and the killing of many Mexican people here on this side in north of Mexico. And the manifest destiny has not stopped. 500 years of repression and resistance keeps on continuing. We're the same as the Palestinian people. The United States opened the borders to allow people from Europe to come in and settle in our lands and make us second-class citizens. Chicanos support Zapata because this is the other half. This is El Norte. We are not free. The revolution continues of 1910. The people want to be free. Chicanos want to be free. They want justice, equality, and self-determination.
Land and justice, land and freedom. My name is Richard from Bayan International USA, an organization fighting for a more democratic Philippines, free from U.S. imperialism and local puppet regime who continues to exploit the working people, peasants, women, youth, and indigenous people of the Philippines. On behalf of the Filipino people, we are here today to march and celebrate in solidarity the life of Emilio Zapata. Like the struggle in Mexico, today we are continuing the struggle for land, land for the peasants, land for the tillers, and land for the people. We will continue to support the Mexican people in all fronts. We will continue to fight with you. Our struggle against U.S. imperialism and aggression is the same. Today, they are sending 2,000 more soldiers, our brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, and family members to the Philippines to die for Bush in his quest for riches and oil. U.S. imperialism, U.S. aggression in the Philippines has to stop. And we must stop the so-called war on terrorism. The real terrorist is Bush. The real terrorist is Cheney. The real terrorist is U.S. imperialism. In the end, it is the people who are the makers of history. Like today, we want to thank PUFA and the organizers of this event for being with you in our struggle together. Long live Zapata, long live the Mexican and Filipino people, down with U.S. imperialism, struggle on!
Raza sí, guerra no. Raza sí, guerra no. I'm here today to give our support to this very significant day of commemoration, day of our struggle historically for land that we see today in many different fights going on, from the South Central farmers to those two terrible words that tear up our barrios, eminent domain, to what's going on right now as we are not only today commemorating Zapata, but also our resistance to the ongoing conflict in Afghanistan and Iran, the ongoing intrusion, invasion of the Americas by the U.S. military imperialist forces, by the conniving governments of Fox and Bush. This is what we're also here today for, and this is what we're also going to be ongoing struggles with different other marchas. This coming August 26th, 2006, we will have the 36th commemoration of the National Chicano Moratorium at that time against the war in Vietnam. We continue that struggle against the war in Afghanistan and Iraq. We continue that war against the invasion of Mexico and the Americas and our occupied territories here. But we're not going to be able to do it without all of you joining in and continuing the resistance, because we no longer can have resistance from a distance. And believe me, we are under attack. We are under attack. We don't have to go to Europe to know what ethnic cleansing is all about. They've been doing it to us for over 500 years. What do you think this whole thing with the immigration is? It's the right-wing, gringo, Christian right that is trying to cleanse America. And guess what they want to make it look like? That's why it's important for us to fight for our rights here in our occupied territories. We don't need no stinking papers. They invented the whole concept of papers and trust deeds and everything. Who really are the illegal aliens? They invented all that because they have no honor. There's more honor in a worker selling oranges at the off-ramp of a freeway than the corrupt chief executive officers of Enron and corporations that continue to exploit us. That's the difference. So join us August 26th, 2006. Look for the information. Como siempre, raza, hasta la victoria.
¡Viva Zapata! ¡Zapata vive!
We are the Harmony Keepers, Aztlan Mexica Nation Harmony Keepers, and we're dedicated in protecting the traditions, the ways of our ancestors, the native people, the indigenous people of this land here. And as the Harmony Circle, we're committed to support efforts and issues affecting indigenous people. Zapata was a native person who fought for our people, indigenous people of Mexico, fought for land and liberty, fought against the oppressing forces of Mexico. So we're here today in celebration of Zapata, what he stood for, and what is and the principles and the values. And we, as a warrior society, we stand for those same values, those same principles of liberty, of justice, of the land, and our connection to the land. So we honor our ancestor, our Tata Zapata, by being here, by protecting the sacred ceremony of our people. And we hope that this ceremony seeks into the spirits and minds of the people who attended this, and understand that they too have that same commitment. They should have that commitment in terms of protecting the traditions of our ancestors, to learning them and to protect and to do something about them.
Cuando llegué a mi casita, me decía mi prenda mal. Cuando el mes que te tocó, le respondí yo mi triste, el patrón se lo llevó por lo que debía en la hacienda, pero me dijo el patrón que contara con la tienda. Ahora voy a trabajar para seguirle abonando 20 pesos 10 centavos son los que salgo restando. Me decía mi prenda mala, ya no trabas con ese hombre, no me lo está robando. Anda al salón de sesiones, que te lleve mi compadre, y no le hagas caso al padre, él y sus excomuniones. Yo soy mujer, revolucionaria con arma de bala y de palabra, combatiente de la Revolución Mexicana junto con Flores Magón, Villa y Zapata. Mi convicción surge de la necesidad de una prensa libre para agitar y organizar a las masas. El denuncio del gobierno y de las empresas extranjeras es critical para el derrocamiento de las injusticias contra nuestra gente. Mi sufrimiento, encarcelamiento y exilio fueron estrategias de las fuerzas explotativas para desactivarme, pero mi determinación para seguir luchando al lado de las mujeres, con escrituras en periódicos y revistas, escribiendo sobre la explotación de los mineros. También participé en la elaboración del Plan de Ayala para lograr un México socialista. Mis ideas seguirán activadas en las mentes y almas de todas las revolucionarias en contra del sistema capitalista que nos deja en condiciones miserables y marginadas. Yo soy Juana Belén de Gutiérrez de Mendoza.
Colombia, el 28 de junio de 1996. Un año de la fecha cuando 17 campesinos fueron masacrados por su único pecado de ser organizadores para combatir la pobreza. El Estado represivo decidió responder con represión antes de solucionar la miseria de los campesinos indígenas. Masacres como estos y la represión es parte del terrorismo del Estado y la guerra de baja intensidad. Diálogo con el gobierno, ¿me preguntas? Nunca. Nuestra respuesta se encuentra dentro del socialismo, marxismo, leninismo. Dedicamos nuestras vidas por la lucha de las masas y nos constituimos en una sola estructura político-militar para eliminar la explotación, la opresión, la miseria, la marginación y la represión. Mi arma me acompaña como un amigo viejo. Caminamos de lado a lado en la madrugada con mi bebé en mi espalda. Soy mujer y represento a muchos que forman el Ejército Popular Revolucionario y lucharemos hasta la victoria siempre.
¡Con la lucha popular, el ML no para!
Yo soy el espíritu de la lucha. Yo soy la conciencia de la justicia. Siempre luché por los más débiles, aún más a costa de mi integridad física. A los 26 años me recibí de monja en la Orden de las Dominicanas en la Ciudad de México. Como abogada y defensora de los derechos humanos, defendí a diversos campesinos, incluyendo a los hermanos Héctor, Antonio y Alejandro Cerezo Contreras. Pero el Estado mexicano me mandó a asesinar el 19 de octubre del 2001. Fui baleada a quemarropa en mi humilde oficina de la Ciudad de México. Hoy veo a mi gente y me pregunto, ¿quién ocupará mi lugar? Yo soy digna, Ochoa y Plácido y vivo en cada mujer que defiende los derechos humanos. Yo soy digna, Ochoa.
Si tuviera un corazón, podría sentir tu piel, tu calor, tocar las estrellas. Si tuviera un corazón,
Hermanos y hermanas de México y el mundo, por mi voz habla la voz del Ejército Zapatista de Liberación Nacional. Les queremos decirle unas palabras al señor Vicente Fox. Solo te digo que el pueblo mexicano está desilusionado por tus engaños y haces. Al principio pensaban que vas a cambiar la situación, pensaban que sí vas a luchar por la paz con los pueblos indios. Dijiste que ibas a resolver los problemas principalmente de la lucha del Ejército Zapatista de Liberación Nacional. Y en 15 minutos cambias la situación de los pobres en México, pero fue mentira. No te importan los que se esforzaron para que tú subas al poder. Lo que te interesa es quedar bien con los ricos, no con los pobres. Andas viajando en países extranjeros diciendo que en México hay paz y que ya tienes solucionados todos los problemas. ¿Dónde está la paz? ¿A poco es paz el desalojo que haces en Montes Azules? Lo que quieres es provocar guerra para que les quede la montaña a los extranjeros. Les queremos decir que el pueblo mexicano ya no están dormidos, ni menos nosotros del Ejército Zapatista de Liberación Nacional por sus locuras que dicen. HR 4437 shows that this government has gone too far. I know my parents are not criminals. I know the sacrifice they have made to come here for me. I know this country is responsible for our people's misery, and that is why other countries do not help their people. We are frustrated in these schools that are overcrowded and do not help us want to learn. Half of us have been dropping out of the school system for the last 40 years. We walked out because we are not losing much, but we are gaining a lot. We walked out because enough is enough. All we know is that something needs to change. En la lucha, con nosotros, los padres y los estudiantes están presentes. ¡Que vivan los estudiantes!
¡Presente!
this our event today. There's a lot of injustice going on right now. A lot of our civil rights are being violated. So I think it's very important that you guys keep the faith, keep strong, and we, Zapata vive, la lucha sigue.
Mi voz lada entre los bosques en terror y las noches se alumbran demostrando el horror que se oculta entre las sombras más oscuras. Descubiertas son las almas y manchadas eran puras y ahora valen pura. Pisando el suelo encharcado de sangre. Vale madre. Observando el cielo, una lágrima me cae. Me dirijo hacia el cerro para ver lo que hay. Siento mi cuerpo temblar a la vez de una águila pasar. Y presiento que me estoy rodeando. Y en el fondo del bosque oigo voces cuchillando. Cruzando un arroyo me encuentro con los cuerpos. Y ahí viene la sangre escurriendo desde los cerros gigantescos, los árboles acariciando el cielo con la luna brillando. Pero solo es un reflejo del sol que está por subir. En la batalla eterna la luna va a hacer huir.